All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here day after Christmas. I hope you guys had a great Christmas with your friends and family. And if you guys celebrate Boxing Day, have a good one. Should be fun. So, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this. This watch came in from Winfield Watch Company by way of Bob at Time to Go Travel and Timepieces. The tour was actually started by Jamie at Mad Rock Watches and Adventures. I'll leave a link to his YouTube channel down below in the description. But let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Now, if you're on Instagram, and you guys pay attention to the micro brand watch world, you may have seen this watch out there. The guy creating this watch is Mr. Mark Miller. He has a background in military, naval, I think it's logistics or intelligence or something like that in Afghanistan and Iraq before that. Really cool watch here. This is the Mission Timer 1, and I gotta say, guys, I'm really in love with these waxed canvas rolls that companies or micro brands are using these days to send out their watches. I think it's a great option over a box. I mean, you've got a 4-watch carrier here, so it really kind of ups the game as far as getting the watches out there. Now, each Mission Timer 1 comes with a seatbelt style NATO, 1.4 millimeters of thickness, so there's a good heavy duty NATO strap that comes with the watch, and they come on a 4 millimeter thick calf, I think it's a calf skin or genuine leather strap on the watch. Now, good looking watch here. Now, Mark got his start, as many people do, in modifying Seiko watches, moved on to start building his own watches for friends and family, mostly Flieger style watches. And then in 2019, this last year, he decided to start his own watch company with the Winfield Mission Timer 1 being the first in that series of watches. Now, great sizing here on this watch. You have a 41.5 millimeter case from side to side, not including the crown or the guards, of course. 48.5 lug tip to lug tip, so staying nicely under that 50 millimeter mark. A thickness on the case to the top of the dome sapphire crystal on this watch comes in at 13 millimeters, and you have a 20 millimeter lug opening. As I turn to the side there, let's talk about the finish on the watch. It has a very fine bead blasting all the way around on the watch. There's no polishing done anywhere at all on the case of the watch. You can see they are employing pierced lugs. And I want to show you, it's a pretty flat watch, not a whole lot of dive to those lugs, but they come in at that, like I said, under 50 millimeters, so that's a great size. You can see the dome on that sapphire crystal. It is a AR coated sapphire crystal underneath. I'm not sure if they've got a top coating on there also, but it is seem to be really cutting down the glare quite a bit. The dial itself on the watch, you have beautiful sword hands on the watch. You have the numerals all the way around are Arabic numerals, and you have this railroad track style minute track here going around. Now, we'll get the elephant out of the room, or we'll talk about the elephant in the room. I guess that's how I put it. But yeah, the second hand does not hit the indices perfectly. Now, that most of the time has to do with the gearing in these quartz watches. A lot of times quartz watches I look at don't hit the mark. Sometimes you get lucky and they do, but this one particular model doesn't. But it's not a make it or break it for me. This is running the Ronda 715. I do believe it's the LI movement. It's a standard 715 movement, but it allows for the bigger battery in this watch, which makes the battery actually last 10 years in this watch. So you think about it, in the lifetime of the watch, you're barely going to be making any kind of battery changes on the watch. The 120 click on this bezel, the timer style bezel on the watch, nice solid sounding clicks. Everything lines up really good, and there's no backplay whatsoever. The bezel insert is not lume, but it does have a nice bright pip up there at the 12 o'clock position. There's C3 super luminova that they're using on the watch, and stick around to the end for the lume shot. So flipping it over and taking a look at the case back, you can see the Winfield Watch Company logo there in the center, serial number up here, 200 meters of water resistance or 660 feet, shockproof, anti-magnetic, and that this watch is running a sapphire crystal. Screw down crown on the watch also has the Winfield logo. As you look at it from the side there, you can see the grippiness on the bezel. You can see how tightly that bezel fits to the case. The workmanship on the watch is done very well. Now, let's talk about pricing. Pricing on the watch is $399 US. Now, I know that's pretty steep, especially for a quartz watch, but Mark has put a lot of time and effort into designing a watch that can really get the job done in any kind of a situation. A 10-year battery life on this watch. It also has an end-of-life indicator I do believe on the 715. It's a good movement. It's a metal movement, rebuildable movement. Not that you're going to rebuild a Ronda movement, but it's it's a workhorse type of watch. If you're into adventuring, mountain biking, skiing, scuba diving, this watch can get any of that done, no problem at all, and it's really going to be a great watch for the task. So let's go ahead and pause it, get this watch on my 7-inch wrist, and then as usual, we'll go up with the loom shot. All right, so on my 7-inch wrist, the watch fits very well. I'll note to you guys that I didn't do a wristwatch check, but I was actually wearing the Seiko digital tuna, which is a 49mm watch. Super lightweight, but a big beast compared to this watch. Now, one of the things I didn't mention when we were looking at the dial is that this is a brass dial with a charcoal PVD coating on it, or a charcoal colored PVD coating, and it really gives it more of that tropic dial look, and I think that's a really nice touch also on the watch. So let's go ahead and pause it, dim the lights, and go out with the loom shot. All right, so let's go ahead and get the drill master on this one. Now, like I said, guys, I'll leave links to the channels this watch has been to and where it's heading next, so you guys can check out all the other videos on this watch. I'll leave a link down below to Winfield Watch Company so you can pick up a Mission Timer 1 if you're so inclined. Great looking watch with a 10-year battery life, guys. This watch is going to really treat you right. It's a get-it-done watch. A lot of really severe battering and adventuring type things, you don't want to be wearing an automatic watch because you're going to really need to get it serviced from all that type of activity, especially like mountain biking where you've got a lot of rattling and jarring. This type of watch is going to be really good for that. So, all right, guys, that's been the Winfield Watch Company, the Mission Timer 1. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.